Hi everyone, just setting up camera now. This is my weekly plan with me. It's Sunday afternoon here in Australia, so I'm going to just align myself up a little better. Okay, all right, beautiful. This is my bullet journal I'm using for quarter 3. It's a Tumbitri Meri. It's a brand from Amazon. I got it from Amazon here in Australia. The lady is Australian, I think, but they get ordered over in America. So it's 160 GSM, pure white paper, numbered bullet journal. So it's like quite thick, 200 and something, 220 index pages at the front, pocket at the back, all the standard Jim Jam. So I've been using this for all of quarter 3 so far, and I'm just going to do my plan with me because it's Sunday afternoon, next Monday tomorrow, and I'm doing something a little bit different. I've got a couple of projects I want to try and get finished as much as possible. So I'm going to do a bit of a trial of like a Pomodoro, measuring how many Pomodoros I can do in a day because it's my and see if that kind of works for me. So I'm going to do a bit of time tracking just with the 7 days across the top. Some of those I work, but then there's other things going on, mum with 2 kids, etc. So, and family bits and pieces. So I think I'm going to try this style of layout for this week with my to-do lists down the bottom, and then start to bite off a specific number of Pomodoros based on this weekly spread, and see if I can pump out some more work because we have, okay, I've already penciled that in. So I've got my pencil case here with pens that are all my color scheme that goes with this journal, and I use that for the whole quarter. Let's be purpley. Okay. So my goal is to try and do some plan with me's because I watch so many of them, and I think my style can be a little bit different, and I also know that with plan with me's it can be more decorate with me than actually what are my plans. And I love planning, I love goals. I'm a coach, so that kind of goes together. There we go. So here we go. And if you're looking for beautiful, well illustrated bullet journal, this is not what you will find here. I love watching them, but my bullet journal is my brain, and it's how I get my things done and how I process and how I just think. All right, so 5 is what I'm going to do this for. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So by 9 o'clock at night, my brain is dead. I am in bed either reading, watching something, or getting ready to meditate. One of those things happening. So I don't need much more than that. I always like to, since we're going purple, we'll go purple, just a mild liner. We are going to write, again with the lettering, she's not pretty. We're going to go week. This is week 30. What's this week? It's week 33, so this will be week 34. Sort of like to track through my weeks because I'm working in quarters. It kind of all, it just helps me a little bit figure out where I am at the year and what I'm up to. Monday. How funny when you're on live, how you worry about your spelling. Wednesday. Tell you what, in Australia, we don't do, well, now cursive as far as a teacher goes, we don't teach it like that. So lettering's been one of my in the background kind of things I do sometimes, but I'm not bothered. It's 1,000 times better than what it used to be. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to set up my to-do list. I'm going to have, okay, going to have a bit of reflection. So I have been doing a rolling week, like the Plant-Based Bride and Cindy called it, oh, I can't remember what her last name is. They do them, and as you can see, I sometimes get things done. Doing dailies does not work for me because I don't need it. That week we didn't use very much. I do them, but then I don't always use them. So I'm wondering if it's worth doing it like that, or if it's just worth doing as a ticking off list. It's done, 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 rather than when it's done. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try something different this week. Let's live on the edge. So I'm going to do just 2 lists. I'll do some over here. I'll load up that line so it looks okay. We might break the lists into the projects or the things I'm going to do. Okay, so actually I'm going to want to do that. This is my little, it's a piece of elastic with all the washi I use for this bullet journal, because I sort of set it up with a theme and choose, I think it was down the back here, choose a bunch of washi that sort of all goes together and choose the pen. So it's the same color palette all the way through. And I kind of like that. So I don't have to think. I just get to sit down and use it and do, and it all matches. I'll put a little bit of prettiness through the middle. There we go. And let's use, since we're going purple, so I've got like purple, teal, and grey are the color palette, and there's like a little hint of blue in there too. And I think these washies were the inspiration, because what I wanted was colors that matched the front of the journal too. There we go. Okay, so let's make some categories. Where's my big? That's my skinny one. Oh, my thick ones. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to pop personal down the end here. Okay, so then I'm going to call this anything to do with social media here in the business. This week I don't want to do that. This week is about, why do I have a random capital there? All right, this week's about getting that presentation ready. Social media, that's long form content. All right, so I'm going to go to the front. Okay, sorry, I just had a thought, so I want to pop it in now. I need to finish meal plan. Okay. Okay, so social media would be Instagram posts, writing my blog, making a video, Instagram. So all of that really is that social media. We're putting YouTube videos as lives at the moment because that's just easier. And I'm not preparing for a webinar. Sounds Conversations follow up. What I might start doing is, no, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to create more work for myself. And if it's a blank box, it's a blank box. So what do I want to do? Maybe because we're kicking the purple. I've been doing check boxes and I've not been loving it. So I'm thinking that, oh, that's right, I did my most important every single day list. Interesting. I might do a tracker or something over here because I didn't mind what were my top priorities, but right now we're going to try Pomodoro style instead. So we're going to go through and start to think about what everything is. All right, so wake up at 5. Monday is, okay, so if that's 5, that would be the start of 6. They're the 7s, they're the 8s. So in the morning, as of 7 o'clock, we are in waking children up, getting them ready for school. So hit 7 o'clock, I'm not going to be doing anything except Friday. We have a day off. You know, it would be good if I had given myself some room to write above it. This is show day, so that we're off, kids and I, so that's okay. Then in the morning we finish. Everybody's at school by the end of the 8 o'clock, so it's almost 9 o'clock by the time they are in school there, which includes here drop off, and then these days until that's the 2s, and that's beginning of the 3. So I am at work those 2 days. That day's off. Starting at 4 o'clock. Does it start at 4 o'clock? Yeah, let's just pop that in there. So at 4, that day and that day, the kids will be home from the bus. So if I do that across here as well, this is when I won't get to them. Do I want to color it in? Yeah. Okay, this is non-usable time in terms of these Pomodoros. So I want to do 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. And in terms of my time it takes me to get things done, I've been sort of thinking about and using Pomodoros a little bit over the last couple of quarters. So I've got an okay idea about how long things take me. And so what I've got is school holidays are coming up and hubby is got it off. So I'm thinking that we might, depending on COVID, because we all know that's being fun at the moment. Here in Queensland, we've got it really good. But I just wanted to see if I could get all the work that I want to get done, like the essentials. I have to, and client-facing time will be on top of this as well. But if I could get these things done in the back end of my business, then I would have time to not have to do anything that I didn't have to do on the holidays, and I could have that time to really plan the next quarter, especially because in that quarter there's 10 weeks of school, but then there's also a big chunk of end of the year school holiday stuff going on too. So I'm kind of thinking if I could work out how many Pomodoros I could get done, so 25, it's basically half an hour time slots, if I could get everything done before the holiday. So that was what I was kind of thinking, was actually being able to take a break from writing a blog, from writing social media, if I could have it all scheduled up ahead of time. And I get a little bit ahead of myself, and then I enjoy that ahead of myself, and then don't actually use it productively. So this is a way to just hold myself accountable, and it's an experiment, and I love it. Okay, so this is morning routine stuff up the top here. This is kids in school, so this is me being a mum and doing hair and doing breakfasts and lunches. So I'm not going to do, there's going to be no productive time really in here. Sometimes I can listen to something, but I don't count that as productive time. Okay. This was it's it's a brush pen. It's like a knockoff Stabilo brush pen from Kmart. It's super flimsy. Super duper flimsy. Okay, so as of 4 o'clock, I have time some afternoons. So we're going to go through day by day. On a Monday, I then will start cooking dinner like heading into summer. Okay, so on a Monday, we start cooking dinner at 5 not till the end of 7. 5. Okay, so this is dinner time. Cooking, homework, all of that. Cooking, homework, all of that. This one will go, this night is basically blocked out until the end of the 7th. Yeah, this is netball. Okay, so this is, now I'm going to leave myself some room to write because I can take stuff to netball and do things. So that's kind of cool. On a Wednesday, this is just me cooking dinner. On a Tuesday, this bit here is also netball, but it's shorter because my daughter, the younger one, doesn't have quite as long. And then this here, this is also cooking dinner. All right, so then in the evenings, I'm going to have my pod call. So I'm in a group of other business people as well, and we all get together every fortnight on a Monday night, and we just talk about goals, what are we doing, ask questions. It's good fun. On a Tuesday, that's just netball, then dinner. Dinner will be after that. So dinner's a bit later. Okay. Wednesday, I've got time. Thursday is netball, and then dinner after that. It's late. Friday, the show day. Saturday, there will be netball. So that's from starting at 10 o'clock to sometimes after 1 because it's netball. This is morning routine. Emma, morning routine. Morning routine. Netball. Sunday's nothing. I have no dates on this thing. Okay, so that'll be the 23rd, 24th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 29. Okay, so we've got morning routine. Here is my time. Okay, got all these little bits of time. This is picking up kids. So I'm going to go maybe that's afternoon routine. No. There we go. Afternoon routine. So non-usable time there. Okay. All right. So if we look at available time, I'm going to use pencil because I can. I'm scared to do this in pen because we're playing. All right. So if we go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. So I know that I want to do, plus a bit of time getting started off. I've got a client call. There's that skinny one. There it is. Okay, from 9 to 10. I've got client call. I'm also going to have one in the evening, and I think that's going to be like just before here because she's rescheduling. Client call there. Ooh, what color can I give clients? I'd love a big bright yellow, but I don't have any yellow. I could go grey or I could go blue. Blue, it's going to stand out. Yes. Yes. I have one on Thursday night after we get back from netball. There. So that's another client-facing time. And who knows what else is going to pop up as the week goes on. How wonderful. This is, what what's her initials because they're different to. There we go. Okay. And there will probably be more in there, but they're the ones I know ahead of time that I have. Okay, so that's it. We're sort of set. So now we're going to try and play with what is my other times available. So now that we know we've got that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's actually going to be 4 hours of work time because a bit for lunch and fiddling around, getting myself organized, giving myself that space. That's going to be, so that'll be 4 hours at 2 Pomodoros. So that's 8 here. Oh, do I write a big 8? Do I write a little 8? I'm going to put an 8 in the top corner. Okay, so there's potentially 8 Pomodoros there on Tuesday. That should be potentially 10. Let's see how that goes. Okay, I can fit in, after I pick up the kids, before I start dinner, we've got this little slot of time. So I can fit 2 Pomodoros there. I could fit 2 here on a, nope, hold up. What's that time? That's going to be the beginning of 5 o'clock. What's the time? That's going to be a little bit out. Yeah.
Where did Honey get this necklace from?
I think that's from Grandma's box. Go see Nana. Grandma's box. Nana will know. Close the door, please, Dove. Thank you. Okay, I think I've shuffled this because we actually, hello Apollo. We actually leave more there. So I don't think I'm just going to leave that. That's not actually a time. On a Wednesday, I can fit 2 in here. On a Thursday after school, I can fit a 2 in there. Cool. And then I go to netball. And then we've got show day. Now, show day, I think potentially we're going to do, like, my kids and I are going to swap rooms. Room move. This is pretty exciting, but I'm going to pencil that in and not plan to do any work. So when COVID started, I needed the space to work. So at the moment, I'm actually in my girls' old playroom, but they've gone past all the need to play with all the bits and pieces. So it ended up just being a room of stuff. And so we've decluttered a bit. And about 6 months ago, I moved in here, but this is the bigger room. And so we're actually thinking about doing a room swap. And with the show day coming up, we've got a day off. It would be cool if we could do the room swap then, but I don't know. All right, on a Saturday, I tend to chill, but I wanted to try and, like, I want to do 2 Pomodoros here. I sort of, I'm just going to put a 2 there. On a Sunday, I want to put just a 2 as well, that I want to get something done. I should try scheduling and see how that goes, because I pretty much know most Sundays what our routine is. And if it changes, it changes. That's what whiteout's for. So if I go, okay, we do groceries typically early afternoon. We go plus there. Let's call this groceries. Come home. While that's happening up here, we will have been doing lots of laundry, which reminds me, I'm going to come back to here. Dinner. I'm going to write, it's a Tuesday. We get back from netball. We have to do some laundry in there too when dinner goes on. Good. This is where a plan is bigger, so you can play with it, but I'm kind of trying to squish both in together. Okay. And that's all just open time. So if that is correct, and I've put in, I've missed some Wednesday night. I could do an hour as well there. And then at netball, I typically have, is it technically 2 Pomodoros? Realistically, it's 1, because I get real distracted and chatty with the other mums, but I could do 1 there, and I could do 1 at netball too. All right, pod call, client call, Tuesday night. After netball, probably nothing. 2 on that night, netball, client, nothing because I'm moving the rooms, and a couple there. All right, so if that is correct, and I could possibly get all of that done, what is the maximum I could do? So that's 18, 20, 4, 6, 28, 32. So estimate is 32 Pomodoros, which is, how many hours of work is that? 15, 16. 16 hours of work on my business plus working here. And that's without taking that's like a whole day off there as well. Okay. All right. Look, this is the whole idea, is that we're just playing. Okay. Now, how does that look when I go and try and schedule in stuff? So let's go. Things that I know I have to do. Social media. Let's go through. So this week I'm going to write the blog for this week. Because I am not ahead. We're going to do that. That is estimated to take. Oh, what if I put the estimate like beside it or in the box? Or I write it beside it? Maybe I could time check. If I get it done here and then time check on the other side. Ooh, I love a sexy column. Let's pop a column in here. So what if I go, like we break this up in 2. Why do I need 3? Anyway, so this is estimated and this is actual, and then this is difference. Okay, where's that purple? Purple, where are you? Okay. All right. So I estimate to write that blog, I've given myself an hour and a half. No, I didn't. That's a lie. 3 hours. I gave myself, 3 hours, 6 weeks. So it's 3 hours, which is 6 Pomodoros. Yes, that's right. So I'm giving myself 6 Pomodoros to write the blog, because that includes write it, upload it, whole shebang. Okay, so I need to do social media post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4. If I can post 4 times a week, I'd be stoked. I'm keeping that as my normal, and that's all of that was about a Pomodoro each, but I don't think I need a Pomodoro each, but let's just put 1 in each of those. Okay, I'm not doing new webinar yet. What do we call this? Like, ew, I'm going to call this client work. That ew was me having a wonderful idea. What if I call this client? So I'm going to go and set those same 3 columns up again. Wow, the colors are way off. I need to play with this camera and have a look at why the colors are so funky. Okay. So we are going to do follow up. Okay, follow up. I've got like a bit of an email. I think I should be able to do everybody's follow up in 2 Pomodoros. Yeah, done. Follow up, everybody, 2 Pomodoros. That's like booking your next session. Here's the link for this. Replying to emails specifically that needed some more detail. Okay, all right. Playing with camera angles. All right, so we do social media blog. Okay, the next one is the presentation. Oh, we're going to make an outline. We are going to invoice them. We are going to do the Canva actual presentation. I am going to get printed the PDFs that they need. I'm going to, I should have put that after send, outline, and invoice. Okay, so EAD. What I have noticed, random thought, so these are, what's this thing? This is the Staedtler fine liners, triplus is what I go with, the 3 sides. So the 3, these, I've noticed because I've been using this same one. So I've got a collection of pens in my pencil case, all different sorts, different types. And I found that these are, after, what are we, halfway through this bullet journal, through the quarter, it's starting to get like a little short, like it's squishing down. Outline. Okay, so I'm going to give myself 2 Pomodoros to do the outline. 1 to figure out how to invoice, because it's the first time I heard to send an external invoice rather than just a link to booking. The Canva presentation is going to take ages. That's going to be real quick. Just download those, put those off. That's a Pomodoro to send off. And my presentation, because it's an amalgamation of a bunch of other ones, I've given myself 20 Pomodoros. Holy balls. I can't even do that at 16. I've got 32 Pomodoros. I don't think that's possible. Awesome. Well, this is interesting. Okay. So I'm going to leave that number for a sec. Just going to do a little circle so I know I can come back to it. Okay. Presentation. Oh, I wrote 10 Pomodoros, which is 20 hours. That's 10 out of 32 of them. I might be right. I'm going to write 10. I estimated 10. That's what an estimate's for. Estimating. Cross that out. Okay. All right. Wrote blog, Facebook Live. It's going over here. Doing a Facebook Live. Now, Facebook Live will take me 2 Pomodoros. 1 to write what I want to talk about real quickly, make some notes, put some thoughts into it. And 2, press live and go live. So like a 2 Pomodoro, I could totally pump that out here and here or here. So there's lots of places to do that. That would be a Pomodoro. That would be a live. Ooh, I'm going to put this down because I like playing with them. What about making a reel? All right. Apollo, good puppy. All right. A reel is so many Pomodoros. It takes me so long to play with one. I would say it takes me, because I've only made 2 so far. Hey, buddy, get down. Yeah, I love you too. Get down. Good boy. Okay, so this is all my other stuff. So I called it social media. I really shouldn't call it social media because it's not. This is LinkedIn sharing and Google My Business. That's ridiculously quick. Just pop it over and done. Oh, puppy, we do not eat stuffed toys. We do not eat the stuffed toys. Okay. Okay, so they are my basics. So I said I could do 10 Pomodoro. That's interesting how it's, because client work ate into that. Might need to change my estimates. All good. That's what we're doing. We're just playing. All right. Newsletter. There's another one. That's 2 Pomodoros. That's not very long. So up the front, because I do this as a quarter. Dun, 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 dun. That's the personal stuff. Okay. So we are going to finish off. You want to read more of Chillpreneur. I don't think I spelled that right. What is it, darling? Yeah, okay, grab it. I'm going to read Chillpreneur. I am going to I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to make notes of things that I want to do. So I want to do one session where I mindset journal. I want to do a session where I hit do a hypnosis. I want to, let's do that. I've read Big Leap. So when I read a book, I've sort of made a bunch of goals around books I've wanted to read. And so as I go through and read them, I can finish them off. Have I not finished off? Get rich lucky bitch. Oh, okay. Maybe that's another focus. But I'm not reading that. I'm listening to that. I must still be listening to it. And I'm not going to try and do that because I've got a presentation I need to get done, which is, yeah, that's actually not going to be in there because this whole thing I'm talking about doing goes in there, and it goes from 3 to 4:30. Yep, that's all in there. So I've just lost 2 hours. That's a 0. That makes 15. Okay. That 0 does not look like a 0. 30. Okay. Okay. I also need to read draft 1, 2, and 3. Would they be 2 Pomodoros each? 1. I think that's just going to be 1 each. Need to read those for that client. Okay. So what my goal was is to sort of think about what all of these would take. I've now got an estimated, a actual, and then a difference, because then if I track it, I'm able to then adjust what other weeks would look like as I go through. And I've got marking to do. That's so many. All right. Maybe I should have left some space over here. I'm just going to put marking there and see how I go. Otherwise, I'll have to pump it out at the beginning of next week, just because I'm mindful of this and making sure it's ready. Okay, so if on Monday we bite off the big thing that is going to try and add up these 8 hours and then 2 there. So we've got 10 hours in total with a bit of wiggle room depending on the kind of dinner I cook, because that's always a bit of fun. So if in here I do the outline, the invoice, so that's 2, 1. If I do, then I send them. That'll be another one because I've got to write that email. I've never had an email like that before. So that's 4 hours in there. So that would be this, this, and this. I'm going to save the presentation for the Tuesday. I'm going to just pump that out on, I'm just going to go Canva. Getting the presentation all set up on the slides in there. That's just going to be the whole 10. Whole day, focus on that. If I go here, I can do those print PDFs in my spare. So that would be 1 Pomodoro there, which would take out the 2, 3. So that's all 5 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then the presentation actually happens there. Cool. Blog writing, clearly not going to happen during the week. I could pump, maybe get it in there. No, I want to do client follow-up on this day because that's a good day to do it on a Monday. And this client's here, so I have those draft here. I'm going to fit 2 of those in. 2, 4, 6, 7. Look at that. And another draft here, which is 1. It's 8 Pomodoros. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave that as it is because just in case these things take a bit longer, they could take shorter, and I can just grab something from here. But if I do the follow-up and that, and then the presentation is in there, do that at school. Oh, Poppy. Okay, so on Wednesday night, I want to put the newsletter. I'm going to do that there. I am going to do my Facebook Live here. Reels can be left. I'm trying to get the important work done. Okay, these social media posts need to be written for this week because I am not ahead of myself. What if I just started those tonight? I feel like I'm going to put in 2 Pomodoros just in case I don't get them done. At least they'll be done there. Send out invoice. Okay, and then at the end of the week, this is where we can play. So we could do a reel there, which is 4 Pomodoros. You could play with a reel because that's how I feel about them. They are very playful. Oh man, this blog, it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit. Newsletter's here for 2. That's netball. And I got 1 and 1 here. All right, we're going to start writing. I've got what the content is. I can probably write it over 2 netball nights and go blog and blog there, which would make 2. It's still not the 6 that I might need, but I might be able to do that. Otherwise, it'll just be a blog later on in the week rather than early. Just because I knew that this was going to happen because of that presentation. And it may not even take me that long. Like, that's all day. And like I said, it's merging 2 different ones together. Okay. Welcome to the thought that is actual planning. Okay. So that feels okay. That's interesting. Like, this is a lot, but it's not really a lot. Like, that is really prep for an email, send out a bunch of emails, and start drafting for that client. That may not take that much time, and it may also not as well. So we'll just see what happens as I go through. And you'll know next week when I do another plan with me and come on and see how it goes. All right. Thanks very much for hanging out and letting me process and think out loud all the things that I need to do. And sorry, that was a mic hit. I hope you have an awesome time. Make sure you like and subscribe because I'm going to start doing more of these where I'm just thinking out loud, processing, because I know that sometimes that really helps other people to see. And if you've got any advice, hook us up. Like anything that would be interesting to do. I could do this digitally, but I don't really want to. This helps me, as you could see and hear from my processing of my thoughts. This really does help. All right. While I'm thinking of it, we need to be up and walking every morning. That's why I get up early, because I usually take Apollo for a walk, but can't say that too loud because he's beside me. He might get excited. All right. Bye, everyone.